people had finished with acid at that point. The people who had been into it, a lot of people had done with it. I think heroin. Think about heroin. I don't know all the stories about it, but I was a heroin addict at the time, and I helped them because they were trying to deal with it. So I helped them because I was afraid they would get busted, and I was trying to do it, and they took a cure, and then John made sure that I could take a cure, and we got clean, and there was plenty of grass being smoked.
Yeah.
Not much drinking. It basically was smoking dope,
Yeah.
Occasionally, not that much as I could tell, cocaine. They tend to not tell me stuff because they didn't want me to be tempted. It was sort of funny. I mean, we were down at the Cannes Film Festival. You see, we had these films they had just made, 2 films they had just made, Up Your Legs Forever and Fly. And so we were down there, and I had arranged with Charlie Chaplin's people to get the suite he always kept at the Hotel du Cap, this gorgeous, presidential suite or something like that. And I heard that he always rented it, but he never used it. He just wanted to have it during the festival. And so I got through, I don't know, through somebody, I got through to his people, and they said, well, could he let John and Yoko use the suite? They said, yeah, that would be, oh, I'd love to, like that. Okay. So we're down at the Hotel du Cap, and John and Keith had a house down there for tax purposes, down across the water from, I guess it was in Captain Tebe, or right, that whole area around there. So John said, well, Keith is here. I can talk to him. We're going to go over there, and we could all probably use a little bit of drug. I mean, we'd all been so good, things like that, And so we went there. We drove over, and it was, incredible scene, with all this Jerry Lee was playing, and all the French doors open, and people running around, little girls, models in baby dresses, and it was zany, and the music was pounding. 2 guys with shotguns sitting at the gate, across their knees because people had been hassling them, and we got in there, and he said, well, Spanish Willie is sick, who was the heroin guy, and he's I don't know, he said kick or something like that, and so John Yoko went upstairs with him, and they said, okay, we're not going to do anything. Don't worry, Dan. You just say, wait, I just want to talk to Keith about something. And they came down, and John vomited. So I figured they probably got high, But they were trying to protect me, which was, thank you.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. They were sweethearts, but they really weren't using that much drugs, and occasionally cocaine, usually associated, if they perform, John would like to get high if possible, because he was always so nervous before a performance.
Yeah.
Can you imagine for John Lennon?
The expectation,
the expectations are gigantic, and can you imagine what happens? I go out there and fuck up, and my voice isn't there, or I forget the words, or you know what I mean? But he'd be okay once he was on stage,
The one with Elephant's Memory.
Yeah, that's it. Madison Square Garden. He puked before that.
Did he? Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he did before the Toronto Rock and Roll Festival as well.
Yeah.
It was tough. You could see it, in the dressing room. He was like that, and he got all nervous. He said, "Listen, what happens if Stevie's planning to do this? He and I are planning to do a same song, He said, go over and ask Stevie what his set is going to be, so that I don't want to step on him and think I was all nervous about it because it was Stevie Wonder. Little Stevie Wonder. He wasn't little anymore,
Yeah.
So I went over and talked to Stevie about it, and came back and said, no, we're not going to step on anything. So it's really nervous,